right, y'all. We are live. Here we are.
We back.
I only listen to 90s music. Before we get into the thing, let's get the housekeeping out the way. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Go to, if you're on Facebook, if you're Facebook listeners, we appreciate y'all there. But if you're go to the group, if you're not there, go to I Only Listen 90s Music on Facebook group. Join in. Great times we have in there. Jump in there, get a part of that. And if you're on Facebook, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. I Only Listen 90s Music on YouTube as well. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Stacy, who is a semi-celebrity on TikTok now because of her blue Chevy. I get notifications about it every 3 hours of some dude talking about that's my kind of woman.
And yet, none of them have reached out.
None of them?
Nobody has reached out. The only person who has reached out about buying me a Chevy is the man who said he was going to buy me one in the first damn place. Nobody knew.
The original
person who said he was going to do it. So no one new has reached out and said, like, I've seen the comments. I've seen y'all commenting. I've replied to some of y'all comments. And yet and still, no one has asked for my address. Nobody has asked, like what specific blue I was looking for. Did I want candy paint or did I want a matte? No one has asked me any of those. Do I want to throw some D's on it? As in, get some dubs, some Daytons? Did I want some Vogues? No one's asked me any of those questions. But y'all, I'm your kind of woman. This is shit I be talking about. This is why. So I'm divorced several times.
All she wanted is a box Chevy.
All I asked for, like, what is women out here who want diamonds and big houses and going to Dubai and a summer home and this house? I just want an 85 box Chevy.
Simple woman wants simple things.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
How you been, though, Scott, man?
I've been chilling, man. Just staying out the way, laying low. Just trying to.
You better lay low, because
yeah. Shout out to everybody, man, listening, man. Let's get into it. What was it? It was Gangchella.
Gangchella for Juneteenth. What Smokey Robinson say? Gang banging.
Wasting your time drinking that wine is what they was out there doing. So one, I remember hearing that this concert was happening, completely forgot about it. It was completely off my radar. All day yesterday, it was not on my radar. Probably right when it started, I think, is when it was like, oh, that's coming on. And it's like, all right, well, let me go to Amazon. So when I went to Amazon, I guess the DJ sets had already happened. So, because when I turned it on, a DJ was playing, and I remember saying to the chat, I'm like, why the DJ playing Stan?
Right, he's like, I'm out.
I'm like, the whole damn venue about to be depressed, and that's when I turned it off. And then it was like, oh wait, he came out with Euphoria. Shit, let me go back. So I go back. But the thing is I'm not I don't want to say I'm not a Kendrick fan. I do like his music, but I don't know enough of his music for me to go to a Kendrick concert. So.
Right.
The second song comes on after he does Euphoria, and I'm like, I don't know what that song is. So I end up flipping to something else. And I think I end up going to try to watch Clipped or whatever, and then night goes on. I kind of totally fucking forget the thing was on anyway. And then when I go to Facebook, I see that I missed everything. It was like, it was kind of like how, like, missing something on Black Twitter back in 2011. That one day that you took a nap for a couple hours, and that's when everything happened. And everything happened during the time that I was not watching the other guests that came out, the closing, the repeat of a song. Like I said, I'll let y'all dig into it, because at this point I'm totally on the outside looking in or watching replays. I was not in play at the time. So, like, I know you were watching.
Yeah, I'm saying, look, Daryl, because I was kind of like you saying,
I
fell asleep.
Right, I'm like, man, let me go ahead and I'm just.
But I watched like clips though.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the clips, and I see dead people. I saw all of it.
So, have to bring the OG out. King West Coast.
Right. Yeah.
Look here, y'all. This was the thing about this for the event. I felt like a little kid. Like I literally felt like a giddy schoolgirl because I was like, I forgot all about it myself. And I was like, oh snap, this is gonna be a for real thing. And I was like, is he gonna do it though? You know, is he gonna really go after him? And I saw it because I came in late, like the DJ Mustard was on with Roddy Ricch when I first came on. So I missed Tyler the Creator, Problem, Steve Blake, all those guys. I missed all of them. Steve Lacy, I missed all those guys. So I jumped right in at Roddy Ricch with the one song that his most popular song, The Box.
The Box.
So and I turned. I'm like, oh, okay, this concert's kind of going crazy. All right, and then he goes into YG. My nigga, come on. So the crowd is getting primed for what they're going to see. So then it's a little break, and Kendrick's kneeling down. He comes up through the ground doing Euphoria. And that's immediately when I knew, I was like, oh, he not fucking around with none of y'all. No, like, if you start a concert with a 7-minute diss song, not just a regular, he didn't come in with the 16 and 16 in LA, a little 3-minute. No, I'm gonna do my 7-minute 3 beat changing diss song to start the night, and people are saying it word for word. 7-minute diss song. I've never seen that ever happen in rap concert history.
No.
First of all, a 7-minute diss song is pretty egregious in general. Let's start there.
Now let me say this. I know that I've cussed somebody out for about 7 minutes before. But to have it structured, that was just a random cussing out. I'm just throwing things at you, you know, and bitch, that's why you look like that wall over there. You know, you're just throwing shit out there, right? But to actually have a structured 7 minutes of fuck you, including your train of thought of, I don't even like you saying nigga. It's kind of cringeworthy.
On Juneteenth.
On Juneteenth. And you have thousands on thousands of people singing, we don't want you saying nigga no more. That's starting off. Like I said, so I saw that part. And I think I even said, if this whole crowd starts singing, and that's before it happened, I'm like, this crowd starts singing, then it's over. Like that, I mean, because I know, you know, looking in the audience, and we know when it comes to hip hop that it's never going to be an all Black audience. It's and there were, and I don't even want to say surprisingly that there were a lot of white people, but there were. I mean, it was so packed, so many people on Juneteenth in this one spot telling Drake that he can't say nigger anymore. That's something. That's a lot of people. That's a lot. Are we live in the group?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make sure it's popping now. It says it's live, but it's not live. So that's why I'm working on that. So y'all continue.
Gotcha. I'm still like, and that's actually why I keep looking over here. I'm like, we're live or we're not?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it going.
I just love he did it at the forum.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Like I said, it was packed, and then just the celebrity. I mean, the people that were there, right? So aside from his guests, just the celebrities that were in the audience, right? Mm-hmm. The people that came out from LA and just from other places, or like you see LeBron kicking it, and like it was it's a screenshot, or somebody has a clip of, looks like LeBron was trying to get up on stage too, and Savannah was like,
his wife was like,
sit your ass right here, because Savannah don't play them games. Like I said, I don't know Savannah, but Savannah don't play them games, and the reason I know Savannah don't play them games is because LeBron ain't never in trouble.
You don't know them niggas like that.
You don't know. You sit your ass down.
You ain't even from here.
Right. You ain't even from here. We don't know them. Sit your ass
we just
down.
Live out here.
That's exactly it. Look, Savannah has. I'm sure that Savannah keeps him out of trouble. And again, not to say that he wants to go get into trouble. right? Not saying that, but sometimes women see things that men don't see, and we got to be like, hey, no, sit your ass right there. Like the fact that he ain't been in no shit is probably because of her saying sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Like,
we know that's why he ain't been in.
I mean, it's, you know what I'm saying, but like, it's just her. Like, again, not saying that he's trying to do anything that he shouldn't do, but like I said, sometimes we.
All right, now we finally live in the group, y'all.
Right, cool.
So,
like sometimes we just
shout out to everybody in the group. If y'all were in the Facebook group, we just technical difficulties. Facebook changed their way that they do anything streaming to a group, so you have to do like a new way to get it streaming to the group. So sorry for all those that missed out on the first 10 minutes of this. Jump on in, family. Y'all good.
Be back.
So continue, Stacey. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. But no, like I said, I think like I said, Savannah keeps him in line, or make sure that she's still gonna have a home. Whatever it is you finna go do.
Have a home.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, the people ain't gonna come and foreclose on nothing. Okay, she just got to make sure that things are still right. That's why he has had this longevity, is having a good woman. But like I said, but overall, it was. I mean, it was historic for a lot of reasons. And then, if nothing, the fact that we all in the same gang.
That's what I thought about.
Is the fact that everybody is on stage, and it is like this unity that is there, and the reality that this isn't something that Drake could have done.
No,
like there's a level of connection to the culture. So again, not only hip hop culture, but LA culture. So the people who were the opening acts, right? And then there was the man. I don't want to say his name wrong, but he was a clown. Is it Tony the Clown?
Tony the Clown. Tommy the Clown. Tommy the Clown.
Thank you. Like I said, I didn't want to mess it up, but his impact on the community, right, on LA culture, and then just other, like I said, having Dre come out, and I mean Dre,
Big Boy,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so all of those people, again, this is more than you being able to relate to hip hop culture. It's LA culture and West Coast, and what the West Coast did is for hip hop. So that is something that Drake can't necessarily relate to. And like I said, even with this being on Juneteenth, like again, so much stuff of you can't be a part of this, with like DJ Mustard be like, or just the tribute to Nipsey, like all of these little bitty things, or what he had on didn't like I think I saw a picture of like a side by side of him and Pac, and like it's so like these.
He wore Pac's exact outfit.
That's what I'm saying, right? And then, like I said, to have everybody on stage and be able to get that picture, and then he even said, like, you know, this is like, I'm getting emotional. Like, we got everybody up here, and you know, like this is, you know, what we need. Like, this isn't what we've seen. Again, since we all in the same gang, nigga, since the peace treaty. Like that's it. So, like, this was. For hip hop overall, it was a great night. I mean, it was a great way to bring in or to celebrate Juneteenth. And somebody said that at this point, Drake is going to have to get jumped in to be a blood on live stream.
That's Javon. Shout out to Javon Bills.
Chris Brown got to bring him in.
So hold on. So I do want to talk about this conversation. Javon, he's going to try to come on later and explain how. We were up at 12 midnight because he works for a job. I don't want to say his job, but he does a job, and he's random different times that he has to be out servicing certain things.
Tripping.
So we're so I called him before he went on stage. I called Javon before he went on stage.
Right.
And I was like, man, I think he got to join the nation. He was like, nah, D. He got to get jumped in by the Bloods on a live stream. Not on a live stream.
Right, and I saw him say it, and I commented, and I said by Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Chris Brown is the one who's going to have to do the jumping in.
Look, I was just so giddy in general with this. I do want to go through some of these songs here.
Okay.
Because so every song, so E40 introduces this. So now you have connected the north to the south. California. North,
Mm-hmm.
north and south is now connected because E40 is your. He's throughout the show too, so he's in his voice is throughout the whole show for either of the acts.
He what he calls himself, the ambassador.
Ambassador, and he is. Look, this is a free love E40 zone on this podcast, and I know you all will both say the same.
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate Earl Stevens and everything that he stands for.
Yes. Look, it would have to take a lot for me to leave Earl Stevens at this point in my life. I'm already 43 years old. I got more years behind me than in front of me. I think I can ride with Earl Stevens as long as he doesn't do anything egregious.
Yeah.
But so Kendrick comes out to Euphoria, diss track at the beginning of the evening. 7 minutes. We talked about this earlier. Then he goes into DNA. I was like, oh, are all these songs going to be dissing Drake either subliminally or overtly? Yes, they do.
Yep.
They will the rest of the night. Even the guest appearances songs are dissing Drake. Subjectively. DNA, everybody knows that song. You know, you ain't about my. Then Element, another diss. Because it's like, you're not in my element. You're not me.
Yeah.
Then this is the one I was debating with Javon, and he didn't trip off what he did with All Right. Remember, he says that on Euphoria, he says that you pacify them, I inspire them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do All Right, because during the George Floyd situation, that's what everyone was playing during the protests.
Yeah, Drake doesn't have no movement music.
He was saying God's plan was, and I was like, nowhere close to what All Right
still
is
jamming
doing.
that at the club.
Yeah,
you playing?
But no, I'm talking about like a film. And I know people, and I'm not. I hope people don't think I'm jumping out the window when I say this. All Right is going to be on the same level as Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. You're talking about a time period to encapsulate what people were feeling in that moment.
Yeah, we gonna be all right. Yeah, it's I get it. I'm with you. Like, yeah, it's I understand your point, right? So again, not saying that it's what is the same.
Yeah, it's not the same level as that because the Vietnam War was going on and everything like that.
God's plan is that song you gonna show when you buy your first house. Something positive in your life.
Starting from the bottom, now we here.
You have your kid or something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's starting from the bottom, now we here, right? You know what I'm saying? You finally came up out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. They represent two different things.
Yeah. So then he does swimming pools. And with the beef, it has a different connotation in this play, because you think about all the Kendrick songs, he only does 5 solo songs this whole 5-6 solo songs this whole set. So he has to be very selective.
When I turned it on, he was doing he was in the middle of Good Kid, Mad City. He didn't
do Good Kid, Mad City.
Well, he had the crowd doing something.
No, he did swimming pools, and then he brings out J-Rock, which is super important because he opened up for he was J-Rock's hype man. Yeah. J-Rock was the first one of Black Hippie to blow up in theory.
Yeah,
he was his hype man.
Actually, J-Rock my favorite out of the TDE. He my favorite one.
Yeah, and then he brings him out the money trees, saying like these money trees don't mean nothing.
That's what it was. Money trees. That's what I'm thinking about.
Money trees don't. So I mean, like your money don't mean nothing. And then J-Rock does his solo song Win. Win. Fuck these bitches, win. That's all we do is win. Win. So then it was a kind of a audible pull here because I think shout out to my man Absol. I think Absol was fucked up. Like I think he was high and drunk. No, because if you notice, one song came in. It was King's Dead coming in, and then he pulled an audible. It seemed like, and if you know, he's like, "Oh, I got you." Remember, they was holding him. If you notice in the show, like, we got you. Him and J-Rock was walking with him, like, "No, we got you." Like, because he's supposed to perform. I think he's supposed to do a song.
Yeah, you gone.
Sometimes you pregame a
party too hard.
You got to think the show started at like 3:00 on the West Coast,
right? So, which was a whole other thing. Because I think when I posted in the group Like, and I'm looking at it and I saw the time and it was like starts probably like at 4. And I'm like, 4? I'm like, wait a minute, I know they 2 hours behind. Ain't it 8 o'clock? And this thing's still on. Like that was like the quick math. I'm like, wait. So when I turned it on, I'm thinking, did I miss something? But no, it's the DJ playing. And then he comes out. I'm like, oh, well, cool. Great. All I did was miss the opening acts. Yep. And so that was my thought, but not realizing just how significant the opening acts were. But at the same time, if I would have known how significant they were, would I have sat through the whole thing? And the answer is probably no.
No. It was good for me to be able to fast forward and go. I went back and watched some of like, okay, skip. Let me check out a little bit of your bars. So then he goes into another diss track in the middle of his set, 616 in LA. And he's holding Absol and they going back and forth and he's hyping them up. And then we begin to go to the bartering part, I call it, of the set. He brings out Schoolboy Q to do Collard Greens, which is a song talking about other cats with their money. And we continue on. Then Schoolboy Q does his song because that song has and then Kendrick added a verse to Collard Greens. He's not on there, but he did his own verse. Mm-hmm. He's not on the song Collard Greens in general.
Yeah.
Then Schoolboy Q does his solo song, That Part. If you know the song That Part by Schoolboy Q, they're talking about someone. And Kanye West is on that song. So you fill in the blanks on that one. Then he goes into King Kunta. Then he does Mad City. Then he does Humble. Then he says, I'm going to do my song. Let's get the party started for real, y'all. Even if that wasn't good enough for your show. You know that song I did to start this whole beat? Like that. Let's go on like that. Let's just roll this out for the people. And every bum had pyrotechnics involved with it. Sidebar, let me stop here. Amazon, you all did a tremendously great job for a live stream with many camera angles and different things going on. I would have thought that was taped.
Yeah.
Did you not think it was maybe taped?
Yeah,
like
great job.
So shout out to
really great job.
Really good job. Then Dre comes out, does Still Dre, California Love. And then this is I said if anybody watches Game of Thrones, this is when the head is cut off of the person that you're going after, and now we decide to dance around the head. And Dre says, "I think I see dead people." Shh, no, I see dead people.
Well,
continue. Now we can get into the real part of this discussion. Continue.
It's been referred to as Drake's Red Wedding. Yeah, it's been referred to as his Red Wedding.
Yes.
In regards to Game of Thrones, right? That people are like, this was the Red Wedding. And, bruh.
So he does not like us. He does it. He comes out, does it, stops it, dances, and lets the A minor just hold and walks around. Now, this is, if anyone's seen the movie 300 or Braveheart, there's two moments in here that were I just really literally knew that this man Drake's career was over. Withstanding everything that's happened before this. He goes, he stops, he says, so we ain't gonna let nobody disrespect the West Coast, right? We ain't gonna let them disrespect our legends, putting their voices on tracks. We ain't gonna let them disrespect us, right? You know what? Let's do it again. Number 2. Goes in, stops it again. Hey, Mustard, come out. This is your beat. Mustard comes out. Let's go into it again. Then at that point, Gangchella started. That moment, Gangchella developed. We rolled it out. all the gang members come out. Look, started by Russell Westbrook. He was the first person that came out was Russell Westbrook.
Oh, yeah.
He was the first one coming out
with some Chucks on.
with some Chucks on. And then DeMar DeRozan is next. He played for the Toronto Raptors and did a party with Drake at his crib. But he's from Compton, and he knows where his butter is, where he's from.
Mm.
All of this is all in our face at this moment. Now, the second time that it gets ridiculous, he stops it, and he goes, "Yo, LA, we've been fucked up since Nipsey died. LA, we've been fucked up since Kobe died." I was like, "Oh, that is the end of this young man's career right there, because you have galvanized literally a city by different statements, like things that they are feeling in the city."
Yeah.
And then all the gangs come on stage. Before it was just Celebrity Friends originally. Then after that, all the gangs come on stage. And then I just threw up my hands and I just laughed. And then I realized that he did it 6 times for the 6th God. He performed it 6 times for the 6th God. And I'm going to let my other cohort get into this now. I have gave you the rundown of the Kendrick Lamar show. Jump in, everyone else, as I review everything going on all these live streams.
Shit. I'm sitting there like Drake, like, man, why you do that to me? I just want to see how Drake come back, man. I'm just interested to see how Drake can come back from this. Like another club banger for the youngins.
Stacey?
Something for the minors. I don't know. Like, what do you just continue to ignore? Because it's like they tried to, like, I know some Drake stans tried to throw shade at Kendrick on Father's Day because apparently Kendrick's wife didn't post on Father's Day about Kendrick. But
keep in mind, Kendrick's wife was in the crowd too, and the guy that they was talking about, Dave Free, was on the stage crip walking to like us with everybody else.
He produced the show, didn't he?
Yeah,
that part, that part, right? But then also, it's like his wife doesn't post everything, so it's not like she's one of those people who can always posting, always posting. She's not. So trying to gather anything from her Instagram post, you will be confused. Like there's nothing to see there, right, at all. And so like the idea like, oh, she didn't post him on Father's Day.
So
okay. All right.
I mean, come on, man. Like
did
Drake's girl post him for Father's Day?
Yes.
Yes.
So apparently, yes. Apparently she did. It was like, thank you for being, like, it was some picture or some painting or something she posted, and you know, you're such a great dad. But you can't, like, at the end of the day, though, you still can't compare that because everybody's spouse or baby, whatever the hell, doesn't post everything on social media. And again, if she's someone who doesn't consistently post, her not posting on that specific day means nothing to me. Right now, if every post is always my husband this and the father of my children and blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden on Father's Day it was silent, then it's like, wait a minute, hold up,
that'd be different.
That's different. But if she doesn't post anyway, or if her last post was about sunflowers or something, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's what she posts about, there's no controversy here, like at all. But we love to make a controversy if somebody doesn't post something or whatever, because I think we've gotten to a point where we're used to people living their lives online. So when they don't post something, we feel like they're being secretive. And when they post too much, we don't like it either. We want them to stop posting, like take us out the group chat.
Oh, so somebody on the Facebook page says, shout out to Vita. She said, first of all, Drake told her to make that post.
Thank you.
Let them know I be out here fathering.
Like, thank you, Vita. I'm like, that's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, but this is, I know people are like, oh, J. Cole feels better. But I'm going to push back on that here. It's something I thought about, and maybe some people may not be feeling it. But wouldn't J. Cole love for a moment that Kendrick is having right now? Like if you being an MC, like having the moment of triumphant over a person and being able to crip walk around their head on stage with your friends and family. That is a moment. Like, think about this. That picture that is the cover for this podcast is a moment in rap history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Cole, he's not holding a coast on his shoulders though. I think more of a region. Not even a region, more just North Carolina. Kind of.
Yeah. I agree. I don't disagree with that at all.
I think, like what I told you earlier, my introduction to Kendrick was the World Star video of the game and Snoop passing the torch to him, and him breaking down in tears, and just passing the torch for the whole West Coast. And I don't, even though Cole's a great rapper,
he's holding it down for Fayetteville.
Yeah, he's just holding it down,
He's holding it down for Fayetteville, not even all of North Carolina. Because Petey Pablo was doing that.
Well, yeah, Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo held it down for all North Carolina. I don't know what part of North Carolina that Petey Pablo's from.
He's from. Hold on.
See how you quickly couldn't tell me?
No. But I think it's from Charlotte.
I'm just gonna say Charlotte. Yeah.
Maybe I don't.
I'm almost positive he's from Charlotte.
But it's North Carolina.
He's from Greenville. Damn. He's from Greenville, North Carolina.
Point that North Carolina had to take their shirt off and twist it around their head. The J. Cole represents Fayetteville. So but again, neither one of them carried an entire coast on their back. And the reality is, we could say the West Coast, we mean California, but California is just big along that coastline.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Oregon and Washington State.
Yes, a lot of people over there.
We're not talking about Seattle. But we're talking about
Seattle. Shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Right. Exactly. So and
Macklemore.
That part.
Who beat Kendrick for the Grammy?
Best new artist.
That part. Crazy. So yeah, I think but J. Cole got out early. And as I said before, that when, regardless of how he did it or how we feel about it, I think as adults, we sometimes can all stop and say, you know what?
I shouldn't be doing this.
I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing this shit.
Cole hit him with the "let me out the car," though.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it. What else was it like? It was last year. It was earlier last year. Like, I got really, really pissed at a situation that I got drug into, and I started posting ridiculous shit on my Instagram and being like, "Yeah, wait till I release these screenshots and blah blah blah." I'm not gonna do none of that shit. I'm not gonna. I always say if anybody gets a hold of my phone, society will collapse as a whole when some messages get out. But I'm not gonna release all that shit. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna do none of that shit. I gotta go to work in the morning and rent due. I'm not gonna do none of that shit. And I think that's what was J. Cole. Is I'm not even on this shit. This ain't even the path that I'm on right now. I, decided to step out and be petty for a second, but it's not.
I was like, let y'all know I ain't no bitch. I can rap.
I ain't no bitch. I got some shit to say, but you know what? I don't really want to be involved in all of this. So I'm gonna go ahead.
He's like, but you was talking to him though.
Right. What are you talking to me? I'm gonna step out of this. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Leave these people alone and go ahead and about my business. And he's been minding his damn business. Well, he was on what didn't he just when he just rapping with Drake or some shit?
He was on tour. He was on tour with Drake.
Yeah, but either way, J. Cole, it's weird to say take him out the conversation. He's out of the conversation. You left early. You don't get anything, and you don't get any credit for this group project.
But wasn't him and Kendrick supposed to come out with a project?
That was supposed to be. Yeah, they supposed to have come out with a joint album. Remember?
Yeah. I remember them talking about it. It just never happened.
Yeah, I don't know why it never happened. Just egos. Not ego time, whatever it may be.
Vita said Northwest was in the crowd too. Everybody was outside. Northwest is one of my favorite youngsters.
Youngsters. I like the way you say youngsters.
She is one of my favorite youngsters, mainly because she doesn't fuck with her mom. And that it's like, it's not even gonna say mainly, it's like 100%, because North is not now, nor has she ever been here for Kim Kardashian shit. And it tickles the fuck out of me. Like, she has been shading her mom as long as she can talk. And she is her father's child in so many ways. And it's like I said, it's the thing, because it's not scripted because she's so young. Like that, I mean, now they could probably control a little bit more what she says, but like at that time, like young before, like Kim would be doing a video or something and North would be in the background just letting the ass have it. And it just would be funny. Like North would be like, why do you talk like that? She's like, what do you mean? What do you talk like? You don't talk like that normally. Why are you talking like that on the camera? But we're not supposed to hear that. We're not supposed to know that Kim is acting differently for us. So I love Northwest. I'm happy that she was there, and I want Northwest to get everything that she deserves in life. Like I adore her. I wish nothing but the best for that child, for that little youngster.
Northwest, but man, this is now as we wrap up this topic with the Kendrick. Do you think that this is now propelled itself into being the best diss of all time?
I think it could. Yeah, just off the impact it had and shit. You got kindergartners out here. They not like us. I'm picking on myself. They not like us.
What I'll say is this: I reserve the right to. I want to come back to that later. Give me some months or something. Like, it's,
give it a little time. Give it a time.
Like, right now we could say that. Well, yeah, but let's see. Let's see the longevity of it, right? Like
right now, I still got no Vaseline.
See what I'm saying? Like, so it's like everyone always has their opinion about what's a better diss track, but I think that now what I will say is that again, there's a huge impact with this, because there were so many things that were said and things that people have taken from it, and how we have moved on with it. So there's a lot of impacts, a lot of unpack with the song in general, and then a lot of impact that goes into it. So again, you don't know that something is iconic or legendary until years from now. Like, I mean, at that time when Hit 'Em Up came out, it was like, damn, right? I mean, and 30 years later, or how many years later, we're still talking about it. And again, and it felt impactful at the time, but who knew the impact for real of Hit 'Em Up?
And then, like, when 50 came out, talking about Ja, and then
with Wanksta, there's nothing you could have told me about Wanksta that would have made me believe that from that point on, there would be that target on Ja Rule and shit would just start dwindling. Because Wanksta
remember, this was similar. This Drake thing is similar to Ja Rule. I know people be like, "Oh, it's totally different." Drake was big.
Yeah, because he's doing all the chick songs.
No. I'm talking about how, remember that song where everybody dissed Ja Rule on it? It was like Busta Rhymes, Eminem, 50. It was like everybody jumped on Ja Rule back. Snoop. It was like hold on, let me pull it up. And this is a similar. Hold on. It was Busta Rhymes is on it too, because I guess supposedly he had dissed Busta Rhymes too. It's called Hail Mary. 50 Cent featuring Eminem and Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, I know.
I am not familiar as well.
Yeah, I remember that was a big thing for a time period. I was like, because Busta Rhymes went hard. Busta Rhymes just was like breathing like a thundering dragon, as he always say. But that's what this in a similar cadence and situation with this. Hail Mary remix. Yeah, shout out to you, Brian, man. Hail Mary remix. Yep. Diss on Ja. Yep. So Vita has a question, and this is a good one to wrap up this segment too. It's actually better than another one. Does Kendrick Lamar get a Grammy nomination nods for this?
I think he will. If Drake got one for back to back, this way bigger than back to back.
Look, I think he's gonna win it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like we're in the midpoint of the year at this point.
Yeah.
And tell me a bigger song, June 20th of 2024. So far this year, at the midway point of the year,
yeah, this might win Song of the Year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he'll be the first rapper to win a diss song as the rapper of the year. No, I take that back. Second rapper to win with a diss track. First one was LL Cool J for Mama Said Knock You Out.
Way to bring it back for the culture.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But I feel like this one is way more brutal. So like I want to say this is the first real diss track because that one was kind of like you had to know that he was dissing those people.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, it was shots, but not like this though.
No, not being called a PDF file. Since we on YouTube, y'all, we can't be just saying certain words like that. A PDF file. We can cuss and everything, but certain words definitely. And we monetize now. They watch us now. Not the feds really be watching. So y'all don't understand how many deleted. So hold on. Before we go through, Stacey, do you know how much I had to redo your video from last week from just dropping the F-bomb?
Oh, I forgot about that.
When we talked about the Minister Society.
Chauncey. Chauncey.
The fans are watching now for real.
Yeah. I don't even think you can type it on Facebook because I think I
they literally I deleted it, I re-edited it, submitted it. I had to send it to YouTube for them to approve it because they just believed that it was the same video, even though I deleted that whole section out.
Like, hey, it's from the movie.
Yeah, like it's from the movie. They ain't care.
Like,
They don't care. No, they don't. And that's the fun part about community standards is that they don't care it's from a movie. Like with even in our group, what was it? It was like something like we were like your favorite DJ tag. And if Young Metro don't trust you, So that word, you can't say I'm a blank you. And so typing it, we got so many flags that day of people typing it out. And if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it's like, you can't say that. So
so we can touch all we want to. It's just certain words we can't.
And it's so funny because it's like I kind of wouldn't let it go because I was trying to like clean it up, but I couldn't get it out, and it was like I was doubling down when I wasn't trying to. And so it's my bad. Oops.
You all good.
It happens.
Anybody named Chauncey has heard this.
Everybody named Chauncey has heard this. So shout out to some of the comments. What high level critic as a West Coast affiliate, he can't come here and do a show for all of 2024. So is that all the West Coast high level critic?
He did do the Oakland show. I heard,
but he said that was the last show. Remember, Kendrick Lamar says that in Not Like Us. He's like, that Oakland show gonna be your last show, nigga.
Yeah. He pop out and show
and high level critic and all our West Coast affiliates. Where does this West Coast reach out? Like, where is his boundaries that he can't perform in 2024?
He can't go to Vegas.
Is it Seattle on down?
He can't even go to Vegas.
That's what I was saying. Okay, how far east does it go? Does he can't go to Phoenix now either?
He can't even go to Denver.
He can't go to Flagstaff. He can't go.
He can't come to St. Louis, and St. Louis is the gateway to the West. He can't go to Kansas City. He can go to Chicago.
Hopefully,
he can go to Detroit.
Oh man!
Well, look, we listed all of the cities that were safe for Black people. So I don't know.
Oh, do we need to do? Let's do it now. What are the safe cities for Drake?
Memphis because his daddy from there.
What are the safe cities for Drake?
Memphis because he got
Orlando.
people there.
I don't know. Palm, like Rancho Cucamonga.
Nashville.
Houston.
Houston safe.
New Orleans.
Dallas is safe, I'm assuming. New Orleans.
Montana.
Miami. Nah.
Well, no. He already said he can't go past. Like he said, Kansas City.
Let's see.
Yeah, he can't go nowhere west. Just Houston. That's it.
No Dallas.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe Dallas. Yeah, and Miami.
Yeah, because Miami does take your money. Miami will take your money. Yeah. They don't care what about that. They're gonna take your money. Can he? So basically, everywhere west of St. Louis, he can't go.
Yeah.
So he got to either spend time in Dade County or
the only place he can go is Salt Lake City and Santa Fe. He might just walk around in Flagstaff for a minute, but
that's why I don't know if Flagstaff will fuck with him. He might be able to do Sedona.
Albuquerque. He can go to Albuquerque.
Oh man, shout out to you, Drake, man. I mean, this is not looking good for you, brother. All right, let's get into our regular topics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, like I'm still giddy. I just hope something else happens actually now. So Verzuz strikes a deal with Elon Musk and X.
It's dead.
Stacey, I see your eyes rolling. I'm going to roll to you first since you have given your facial expression before the topic has been introduced.
Verzuz has lost its luster. Is my first comment, right? When Verzuz first was out there, and during the pandemic, it was an amazing thing. You get two artists that you like, and they are playing their music, and it was definitely, it was fun because it was, if anything, it became that we were just able to enjoy the artist, right? So like I said, I always reference the Erykah Badu and Jill Scott one because it wasn't a who won, who didn't win. It was just an enjoyable night for everybody. And then of course the comedy of Teddy Riley and Babyface, and Teddy and having all those people in Babyface saying that he was at home by himself, social distancing, so that was all great. And then it kind of changed and it really became a Verzuz. And so now the fans are in the comments and like who won and who's not going to win, and matches. And then all of a sudden matchups stopped making sense. Once more money got thrown at it, then the matchup stopped making sense. And again, case in point is the Bone versus 3 6 Mafia. What the hell, right? Like, why did that happen, right? Or what was the one where the crowd was just boring as hell? And we were like, we do not deserve this.
Damn. Was that the R&B with all the dudes?
No, it was it was a rap one. I can't remember. Now I can't
No,
remember.
the R&B with all the deuces is one of the bad things with Omarion and
Mario.
Which was a whole what the hell is this?
That was one of, we did a live for that one as well.
I think they started running out of ideas. Like I said, the more money they got thrown at it, I think that's when it got bad. And then once it went to, was it thriller, whatever the fuck, and then that was just bad. So then Swizz Beatz and Timbaland purchased it back from them. And now they have 100% ownership, but now they're going in with Elon. And it's like, what? Like, I just feel that you're not going to get what you want. You're getting you're getting the exposure, right? So you're on the Twitter platform. More people are going to be able to see it, or you think more people are going to be able to see it. But at the same time, I just don't see this as a good deal or a good idea. And I don't trust Elon. Look at what he's done to Twitter. Let's see. It said that under the terms of the new deal, the pair maintain their full ownership and creative control of the platform, while X receives exclusive distribution rights. The company estimates it will now broadcast to an audience of over 550 million active users, expanding its viewership and international reach. Viewers will now be able to watch for free exclusively on X.
You can't watch on YouTube? No YouTube no more?
Bruh, you can watch it for free.
My grandma ain't got no
Free on Twitter. And like I said, for me, I'm not with it. So Verzuz has produced over 40 episodes, generating 100 million plus live views and over 70 billion impressions, according to the announcement. That's it. You needed a new platform. I feel you would have done better making your own. Or I guess they don't want to be in charge of anything, right? They need somebody to distribute it. And I wish they would have. I wish it wasn't about the money. I would have rather y'all chosen although Spill is still trying to find its footing as a platform, but to be Black, I would have tried to use Spill. I would have tried to figure out how can I do this shit on Black Planet.
Bring Black Planet back.
I'd have brought that would have been that 2025, we'd have brought back Black Planet. I would have, if anything, whatever money or deal I would have gotten, I would have used those resources to get the people that I need to help me bring back this platform. And Black Planet had its own radio thing. It was doing music. And then people started going to MySpace and posting their stuff on MySpace instead. And then so on and so forth. We are where we are today. But I don't trust Elon. And this isn't going to end well. That's just how I feel about it. I don't think it's going to end well.
Scott, what you got?
Man, it's dead. I think Verzuz has been dead for 2 years, with almost 3 years. Like Stacey said, when the matchup stops making sense, we haven't seen anything. It was perfect for the pandemic. We at the crib, we ain't got nothing to do. We can't go outside. We could watch this Verzuz. We get it, tune in and we watching, the Verzuz. We watching Lil Jon versus T-Pain. We watching Nelly versus Luda. Hell, Gucci Man versus Jeezy.
Which could have went real bad.
That was historical. I like that. It's a wrap. It's over with. What more? We didn't seen all the matchups we possibly could want to see for real. Unless you tour with it, I don't know what you could do with it.
The Verzuz that they would need to do, they'll never be able to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem that they're in now, because all the artists that everyone would want to see at Verzuz at this point, they got too much bread, or they have too much, or they don't care enough. Maybe that's it more. You would love to see Sade versus Anita Baker would tear up would just put everything into shambles. But neither one of them women barely like coming out their house. If you listen to one of our two episodes ago, we talked about how Anita Baker just decided one day she didn't want to do a show, and we only see Sade every 10 years.
Wasn't that a Mother's Day show?
Right. It was a Mother's Day show, and Anita said, "Fuck y'all. I'm gonna go home with my kids on my Mother's Day.
My son barbecued.
I should be off anyway.
My son barbecued.
My son barbecued. I should have been off anyway. Fuck yeah." So yeah, nah. So in the chat, Isaac Swift says there's still some battles that he wants to see. I don't know who I would want to see at this point. But if anything, it definitely would be older acts. I don't really care about newer people doing stuff. But like I said, even again, I bring up Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. it'd be something like that where it's just more or less not necessarily a versus, but it's just really an appreciation. Like Gladys Knight and Patty was an appreciation of music. That was watching your aunties or your grandmas your grandma on your mama and your daddy side sit there and reminisce about what happened in 1967.
What was that one? The Steve Harvey host was it Earth, Wind and Fire
and
Isley
Brothers.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Now, like it's like, yeah, I got sick of Steve talking, but again, some of the questions that he asked or the way that they were able to talk about their artistry. So at this point, like I said, it's more of an appreciation for the artist and their music than it is about me, like who's going to win. Because there are no winners. Like it's like the winners are, or the winner is the culture.
We're the winners.
Right. Or can we get a Nelly and Ludacris rematch with Nelly's Wi-Fi working?
I don't even think I want to see Nelly versus Luda though.
No.
I'm just
shout out to High Level Critic respond. He said he can't come to all the West Coast. That includes every place with a PST. I'm assuming the Pacific Standard Time. So he said we're Pacific Standard Time.
So then to that point, then Arizona is up in the air because
it depends on time of the year. They change their clocks.
Right.
They don't change their clocks.
Yeah, Arizona doesn't do daylight savings. So depending on what time of depending on what time of the year it is.
It only goes a certain time of the year in Arizona.
Just depends what time of year it is in Arizona, whether or not he can go.
So as we wrap up this discussion, what could they do to rejuvenate this, or is it done for? Or do they run back a whole bunch of different ones before?
I think it's done.
Do they run back to Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, make it live though?
Well, I mean, everything will have to be live now.
Yeah, everything will be live, but so somebody just said T.I. versus Luda. I don't know if I want to see T.I. versus Luda, but I guess we'll see. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we've been away from it too long. We ain't even tripping off of it no more.
Right. We just had our own verses last night.
Yeah.
We already got our verses.
Shout out
we're
to
doing our own.
Fanatic. He says Drake will be fine. I don't want him to be fine, but he will be.
Right. We've had to create, like the rappers had to create their own beefs. Like the women are they had to create their own beefs, so they have some verses.
Yeah. Like what, Nicki and Meg and
everybody the women are out here fussing and arguing and cussing each other out all damn day. So this is where we are now.
Yo, somebody straight said. I mean, I don't think there's anything they can do though to rejuvenate it, to be honest. And actually, I'm not kind of mad because they're just getting a check from Elon, because Elon is throwing the money away at this point. So why not them get a check? And I wouldn't even roll out a real verses. It'd be like, but you know what? They gonna start rolling. I don't remember, Stacey. You said a long time ago on the show, we gonna end up seeing Liza Minnelli versus, or like you said, you named two random white artists.
Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, that's what we may end up seeing on verses. We may not. We need to stop that. We may think that it's.
That's the other part of this, is that there's absolutely the possibility of it going outside of hip hop and R&B. And when that happens, like, again, not necessarily saying it's a bad thing, but are you willing, are you ready for Shania Twain versus Faith Hill? And there's somebody out there who is, right? There's absolutely a demographic who has been waiting on that for years, right? But I don't know if I want Reba McEntire and Bonnie Raitt going against each other, because I love them. You know, is Dolly finna get out there and sing Jolene? I don't know. I doubt she. Well, you know what? Funny thing is, Dolly actually would fuck with y'all. Dolly would come.
Yes, she would.
I'm like high key. Dolly
would bring Beyonce with her.
Yeah, I'm like, Dolly would absolutely fucking come, because
live in Nashville.
Right, because she's fucking Dolly. Like Dolly Parton would absolutely fucking be there, and possibly selling fish plates on the parking lot.
They're gonna have it. They're gonna have it at her amusement park down there
in Dollyland, possibly. Yeah. Why not? Fuck it.
All right, so this one is something that's super interesting, and it tickled me, like super tickled me and laughed. And then another detail that I'm going to bring up to you all about this gentleman is going to tickle you even more. And you guys may know, but we'll see. All right. Let me pull it up here.
And I did everything in our power for some years. That movie was late. Y'all got that movie out. Y'all saw that movie, the Temptation movie, really late. Because we had him in litigation for years trying to stop it. Because it made our father look like an idiot. That movie, man, that movie has actually made my career harder.
In what sense?
I'm assumed to be a problem. Right after David Ruff, no. Don't know nothing about me. Don't know nothing about me. Fuck you mean?
Right.
Like, I've gotten it. I hear it often. Oh, it's either, are you like your father? I'm like, in what way?
A genius.
In what way? Like, for real. Do you sing like your father? Who does?
Right.
I mean, like, stop asking me that.
I'm David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations.
All right. David Ruffin said it was hard out here for his family.
After the movie.
Yeah.
What I did learn is that there were some liberties taken in the movie. So some factual events were doctored a little bit for dramatization purposes. And as a result, Otis Williams and the producers were sued by several people portrayed in the film and their families, notably Melvin Franklin's mother and the children and the estate of David Ruffin. So he's not lying about the laws. You know, people lie about lawsuits all the time, but that's not untrue. And that even with Melvin, like in the movie, we all think the Blue went into the kitchen to get them short ribs and never came out. That's actually not what happened. He died heart failure, severe cyanide. So again, there's that. Again, that's not what happened. But we, to this day, we all think the Blue went into the kitchen and never came out.
And I know, I just can't believe that David Ruffin gave up his car for like that little crack.
Well, what I'll say is this: not
That
saying
is
that I
true,
don't
but
believe
he did OD.
it, but that's some
He did
crackhead
OD
shit.
and died. But David Ruffin did OD and died when he died.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, it said David Ruffin was not found dead near a hospital or dumped out, like that. He suffered a drug overdose, was taken to the hospital by his chauffeur who notified attending staff of who David Ruffin was. Because no one claimed his body immediately after the death, his corpse laid in the morgue for 2 days. And then once his family was informed of his death, they claimed his body the next day. So the whole, like, he got thrown out in front of an unidentified body was thrown out in front of the hospital. That's not specifically what happened. It just was dramatized. But the idea that David Ruffin's son can't get work because he's David Ruffin's son.
Oh no, David Ruffin Jr. did have work. That's why I'm going to tell you about something that no one has realized about David Ruffin Jr. Trivia time.
He looks familiar.
There is a song, a classic
I'm
West Coast
afraid to
song.
find out what he was in and why I recognize him.
Classic West Coast. What is the? It's a top 3 classic West Coast song, and he sings the hook of it. Top 3. If you're talking about top 3 West Coast songs of all time, this song is in the top 3, and he is singing the hook on it. He went by the name B Ruff at the time. That was his.
Song?
You're there. You can
All
start
right,
there. There you go.
Down to Death Row. Is it on Doggy Style?
Keep going.
Ain't No Fun?
Nope. No, that's Nate Dogg.
Well, yeah, that's right.
This song's more classic than that. This is top 3 West Coast
Gin and
classics.
Juice. Gin and Juice.
Yep. David Ruffin Jr. is singing the hook on Gin and Juice. Rolling down the street, smoking. That's David Ruffin Jr. singing that.
David Ruffin Jr.
Nate went by D Ruff at the time when he was during his singing career.
Oh,
He
yeah,
tried to
that's
have his own singing
young.
career.
Yeah, that's when he was young.
Yeah, he was going by D Ruff at the time.
He probably had a little curly box.
Yeah, but let's keep it real though, y'all. David Ruffin was kind of a fucked up dude overall. I'm trying to figure out like what really damaged you from that movie. He's even worse than the movie, to be honest. They were being nice in the movie, I feel like.
Like I said, I don't.
He was putting his hands on Tammy Terrell, his wife.
Like I said,
he had a wife when he was with Tammy Terrell and 2 kids.
The idea that, like I said, that his son is not able to get work because of his dad is just.
And Dad been dead for damn near 40 years. It's over 40.
Yeah, I don't know.
If
Maybe
anything, I just feel like people finding out that your dad was David Ruffin, like they want you to be there because now I have a million questions about your dad.
Yeah,
so
I want to talk to you more.
If anything, tell me that you've had relationships that were not genuine because people only wanted to talk to you because of who your father was. Don't tell me that nobody wants to work with you because they're like, do you sing like your dad? Or are you a drug addict like your daddy? Who's saying that to you? Like it has to be someone who knew your father to say that to you. There's no one that is of your generation who is saying that to you. I feel like it has to be someone that was old, like is Otis in them. It's like somebody that age would be the person who says that to you, not someone that's your generation. I just can't see that. I don't feel. I mean, again, I'm not there, right? Like I'm not. I haven't been on any auditions with them. I haven't seen any calls.
auditions.
But I
know before David Ruffin died, he had a mean curl. Like you ever?
Oh, he did. His curl was amazing.
That curl was mean.
That's real.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't like I said. Shout out to Dom who's in the chat. She said he capping about that work. She also has been saying that he think he lying.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Like I said, I don't see that as being the reason as to why you can't get work. Like that's just that. And I mean, not to say that you should not be proud of who you are or who your father is, but there are a lot of people who don't use their family name so that there is no connotation between them and their family. And they may have a parent or whoever who was outstanding, who the world respects, but they don't use that name because they want to make it on their own. They don't trade off of it.
Ike Turner Jr.
Right, exactly. Right, you ain't Ike Jr. or you know what I'm saying? You ain't Trump Jr. Like, so what the hell? Like, no one. I just kind of feel like you're not getting hired because nobody wants to hire you.
For whatever reason.
Like, for whatever reason, not because of your dad. Like, I just don't feel that.
All right. It's time for you, Stacey, our Diddy Watch 2024. Let's go.
Oh man, let me pull it up. All right, Diddy Watch 2024. There's what kills me is I literally go to Google and I type Diddy and hit enter, and I just
something different every day.
The first things that pop up. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Before we get to Diddy, do you like, since we were talking about David Ruffin, do you want to talk about Otis real quick?
Oh. Yeah, hold on. You guys, let's do Diddy Watch. I have to get the video for that.
All right. So Diddy Watch. Here we go. Today. All right. So today is what, the 20th. If you go to Diddy's Instagram page, you will see that he has deleted all of his Instagram posts.
Mm-hmm.
So as of today,
Diddy has?
Yeah. So that's what Forbes reported this morning.
Oh wow!
Is that if you go to Diddy's page, that everything is gone? And hold on, I'm actually pulling it up right now because I hadn't looked. Yep. So go back. I don't want to see none of these people that are suggested for me. I don't want to see none of y'all. But yeah. So if you go to So this is Diddy's page. And if you scroll up,
Nothing. No post.
no post yet. So, Diddy, I mean, he had over 1 million followers, and how many people that were following him on there, and all of the posts are now gone. All pictures and videos, including the apology that he made after the surveillance footage came out. So that's all I know. Like right now, that's literally all I know is that it is gone. I have not checked 50 Cent's account, but I'm sure that Diddy has some things to say. The other things that are gone. So Diddy did the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, requested that Diddy return his key to the city. There was a letter that was shared with CNN. The mayor, 63, noted that he was deeply disturbed by the 2016 surveillance footage of Diddy assaulting his ex-singer Cassie that surfaced in early May. As a result, a committee recommended that the music mogul's key be nullified and rescinded. So Eric Adams says, I strongly condemn these actions and stand in solidarity with all survivors of domestic and gender-based violence. After internal deliberations, the Key to the City of New York committee recommended nullifying and rescinding Mr. Combs' key. CNN has noted that per City Hall, Combs' key was returned to New York City on Monday, June 10th. So that's one thing that was given back. Let's talk about something else. So this is very important. Howard University, Diddy's, is it really an alma mater if you only went there for 1 year? But
no, you got to graduate from a school to be an alma mater.
So the school that Diddy was enrolled in, Howard University, historically Black college, that Diddy went to from 1987 to 1989, has revoked his honorary degree. So the Howard University Board of Trustees voted unanimously to accept the return by Mr. Sean Combs of the honorary degree conferred upon him in 2014. He has been stripped of all honors and privileges associated with the degree. The board also directed administrators to disband the scholarship program in his name, return a $1 million contribution Combs made to the university, and discontinue a 2016 gift agreement with him and a 2023 pledge of $1 million made by the Sean Combs Foundation. The statement noted that the foundation has made no payments towards the pledge yet. So again, there was a pledge that was out there for him to donate all of this money, and that has not happened. So with so when I saw that he had to give it back, now here's what's fun, because we keep saying this every time that we do a podcast, the next day Diddy does some shit. Every time. This continuously happens. Every time.
True.
So
very true.
After we did the last podcast is when we found out that like literally the next day it was like, oh yeah, and now Diddy has to give the degrees back. What the fuck?
And he sold the shares to revolt.
Yeah.
All of his
so all that every fucking time that he is paying attention to me, because every damn time. So after I saw this and I sent it to the group, I started thinking, and the first thing that I said was, I wonder if Bill Cosby had to give back his honorary degrees. So that got me to looking, and we got some information here. So for people that don't know, Bill Cosby has a ridiculous amount of honorary degrees. He has so many honorary degrees that there is a Wikipedia page dedicated to his honorary degrees. Okay. So William Henry Cosby Jr., Bill Cosby, has received 72 honorary degrees in recognition of his career in acting and comedy. Most of them are like Doctor of Letters, Doctor of Humane Letters, Doctor of Laws, Doctor of Arts, Doctor of Fine Arts. Okay. So again, 72 honorary degrees. 62 of those degrees have been rescinded. And that started around 2015. But what is most notable are the 10 schools that have not rescinded his degrees. So, starting again, Diddy was asked by Howard to give back his honorary degree. They stripped him of it because of recent allegations. Okay. And of course, and I don't want to just say allegations, right? We also know, we've seen the video, right? So the video is not an allegation. The video is what it is. We've seen it. Bill Cosby, who has served jail time for the crimes that he has committed, had 72 honorary degrees. 62 have been rescinded. The school out of this, so there's 10 degrees that are still out there that he has, honorary degrees. Of those 10, 9 are from HBCUs.
Damn.
All right. Oh, and actually, you know what? Let me take that back. 8 are from HBCUs. One of those is from a Native American school. So, Seston Wahpeton College, and I apologize, I'm sure that I've totally ruined that name, is a public tribal land grant community college in the Seston or Wahpeton Oyate on the Lake Traverse Reservation in South Dakota. Established in 1979, and it serves the Dakota people. Has an average enrollment of about 250 students, of whom more than 80% are tribal members. They gave him an honorary doctorate and have not rescinded it. The other schools that have not rescinded are, so Old Dominion, which is not a HBCU, Rust College in Mississippi, Delaware State, Payne College, Miles College, Paul Quinn College, which is actually around here in Dallas, Hampton University, Spelman College, and Howard University.
Hold up, stop. Spelman hasn't get that bread back?
What?
I want to start all over again because I want the clip to be right. Because I want the clip when we make this YouTube short, I want to ensure that everybody understands exactly what the hell I'm saying to you right now. That Diddy was asked by Howard University to return his honorary degree. Bill, and again, Diddy has not been convicted of anything. Not saying that he's innocent, just saying that he has not been convicted. Bill Cosby, who has been convicted of his crimes, had 72 degrees. 62 have been rescinded. 10 are still out there. One is from a PWI. One is from a tribal land grant college, so an HBCU, but for Native Americans. And the other that are still out there,
HNCU.
There you go. So are from HBCUs: Rust College, Delaware State, Payne College, Miles College, Paul Quinn College, the Hampton University that the girls love so much, Howard University. Asked Diddy to return his degree, but have not taken it back from Bill Cosby. And Spelman College. Spelman College would not let Nelly come there and
go
drive for his sister because they were upset about the tip drill video.
About the credit card.
With the credit card. And as Uncle Luke said on CNN, y'all mad, and most of the girls that was in that video go to your school.
Yes.
You like most of the girls who was in that video strip at Magic City. What did David Banner say? You go to Tougaloo, but I know you still flip. Listen. Okay. So Spelman College decided that Bill Cosby still has his degree. They still
and he's donated the most money, I believe. I think of his most donations to colleges. I believe Spelman has got the most money from Bill Cosby. I believe.
Bill Cosby.
Right? So, how much money has he given you? How much money is this worth? Because again, I mean, I just mentioned all the stuff that they're telling Diddy he can't do. $1 million this and $1 million that. How much money did Bill Cosby give Howard? How much money has he given Spelman? How much?
It's 20 million.
Again, and this, like, there are 72 honorary degrees. 62 universities and institutions said, fuck you and your money. Because we don't care what money you have given us or what money you are going to give us. Give us our degree back. We want nothing to do with you because of the crimes that you have committed. But the HBCUs, and again, these aren't, I always say that there's levels to HBCUs, and I'm sure that people will disagree with me, and I don't care because you're not going to fight me. But
it is levels, though. It is levels, though.
There's levels, right? There are ones that are absolutely more popular than others. Okay. There are ones that people are fully aware of, and there are ones that no one has heard of unless you lived in that city or unless you lived in that town. And the fact that these top tier ones, that Hampton and Howard and Spelman, have not given.
You really are talking about the top one. Those are the top ones. If you name, only one left is like Morehouse and like FAMU. That's, if you'd have named them other two, you had the trifecta. I mean, the setup of all of them.
Yeah.
Ain't Felicia Rashad on some kind of board at Howard?
She's the head of the arts and theater department. Okay. There at Howard. Okay. She's the chair, like the chairwoman.
Yeah.
And that's her alma mater too.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
her and Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen went there too, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Debbie, because Felicia got the pledge, aka, but Debbie didn't. Like,
oh, really? That's how it went? That's how it went?
Yeah. So Debbie, she talks about it that their mama was like, something like, girl, you ain't going to school to pledge. You went to school to do whatever, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So how did Felicia get to pledge and Debbie didn't? I don't know. Maybe it was, I guess every child is different, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody has their different goals. And maybe Debbie, like, I guess Debbie mama was like, nah, you said you was going to dance to get your ass up there and dance.
Right. Yes.
That's what you're going to do. So, but I was double checking to see if Morehouse had given him a degree. The answer is no. Actually, which is odd though, because I actually would have kind of assumed that Morehouse would have gave him one, but no, they did not. So they didn't have anything. But yeah, like I said, the outstanding degrees.
He said, "I'll let Spike have that one."
Yeah, that's So yeah,
right. We got Otis queued up. We got Otis queued up whenever you're ready, Stacey.
Yeah, so that's all I got for Diddy. Again, no Instagram post. He had to give back his key to the city, and Howard revoked his honorary.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
and stay tuned, because I assure you that tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up to news that Diddy did something, and then you'll have a different video. You'll get an extra little short of me in a different outfit saying, all right, yeah, so this is what Diddy did today. This is what happened. So that's what happens. You ready? Are you ready for Otis?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
This is something.
Were in Philadelphia playing at the Showboat downtown. And after I saw the show, they knew Patti LaBelle was in the audience. They introduced themselves. And for some reason, Otis and I became attracted. I ended up seeing Otis, and we ended up becoming engaged. And then he gave me this beautiful ring. He talked about what kind of life we were going to have and everything. And I'm saying, yeah. I said, am I attracted to a temptation or to a man that I want to be with? I think I was more in love with the Temptations than Otis Williams. They were big at that time, and sometimes you get a little celebrity crazy, and I think I was in that category.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Temptations.
I said, I don't think this is going to work. And the reason I said it is because he wanted me to move to Detroit and stop singing and not use this. I don't think so. I said, really? I said very nicely, the engagement is off. I have to sing for the rest of my life, no matter what. If they weren't paying me, I have to sing. That's how it is with me. No matter what, I'm going to sing. I still really care for him very much. He's a sweet man, but I'm glad I didn't marry you, boo-boo. Now, that was a good move on my part.
All right. Scott, I'm going to go with you first. How
Best
much
decision.
were you
What'd you say?
surprised when you saw this? When you saw this, how surprised were you?
I was shocked, man. I was like, damn, Patty. But best decision of our life. Otis needed it. Otis needed young Patty.
All right, Stacy.
Once again, ain't nobody coming to see Otis.
Yeah.
Hold on. Damn it. I just thought about that. Did she realize that on her own? Like, am I for Otis or am I here for the Temptations?
Once again, ain't nobody coming to see Otis.
Damn, man.
Damn, Otis. And he the only
Otis caught it
one
like
still
that
living.
for real. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but let me say this. I applaud her for having that internal dialogue because that's a real space of, am I really in love with this man or am I in love with all of these things around him, right? And the fame, or not even just saying the fame, like not saying that Patty was like that, but just he's in the Temptations and there's this glamour and there's this lifestyle and all this stuff that's around here. And I love their music and all of that. But do I love him or do I just love this, the lifestyle and all of that? And for her to be like, I don't know the answer to that. And then for him to be like, yeah, so I don't want you to sing no either. And that's when she really had to say, oh, nigga, you know what?
We could have played around, and if you let me fly around and do my thing, we could have been engaged for as long as you want to.
It's her saying, you know, like, nah, I don't even love you like that. Like, for me to be quitting singing. And this was like very early on. This was like the early 60s, something like that, because she was with the Bells or the Bluebells. Yep. Or is that it? The Bluebells?
LaBelle's.
Yeah. So yeah, with them. So she's Patty LaBelle, but she ain't Patty LaBelle. She Patty with the old nose.
Yeah.
So
she didn't get her break till what, the 70s?
Right. So yeah, exactly. So she's not, like I said, she's Patty, but she ain't Patty. And the idea, like, what the reality of, like, what if she really would have stopped her career at that time to be Patty Williams?
Be Otis wife, Otis old lady.
They got that wop. Otis trying to block it down. So I was surprised. I didn't even think about it, like what you said about Otis, and like nobody came here to see it. And she basically kind of said it. She was like, "Am I here? Am I with him because of Otis or because he had temptation?"
Because nobody came to see Otis. And that's that.
Sorry, Otis.
Nobody. Sorry, Otis.
I'm like, I mean, now they come to see you because you're the only one that's still there.
Yeah,
but
you're the
like,
only one still living, but
yeah.
who the other nigga singing? Who's singing David old parts?
Oh man, yeah, man. Next up, Nelly and Ashanti have been secretly married.
I have an attitude about this. And I'm mad at TMZ. That's what I'm mad at. Because if they got married in December
yeah,
and we're just now finding out about it, TMZ, that's the problem. Like, and what's so crazy is that, because like, so I kept on seeing the post and people posting about it, but they would be like, according to public records obtained by TMZ, but no one had a link for TMZ. And I'm like, why is nobody pasting the link? So at first I'm like, okay, this is made up. Y'all are just using TMZ's name for validity. And so I finally just type in, go to TMZ, see that TMZ is like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We don't know when it happened, but then they mentioned St. Louis County. And I'm like, fine. So I go to St. Louis County's records, and sure enough, there's Cornell Haynes and Ashanti Shakoya getting married. So I'm like, okay, why the hell did we not know this? And I blame TMZ because I feel like they were focusing probably on LA County or some shit, and nobody else thought check U City.
They was looking at either LA or Atlanta.
They were looking at the wrong places. Nobody thought to check St. Louis County. Because there's no way that it's been there since December and no one noticed it. Because I easily found it. Like literally just went to St. Louis County Records. Just know this, y'all. If it's public record, I know how to find it. And sometimes even if it's not public record. And that just comes from just years of working in the banking industry and just knowing how to get the stuff. But I immediately found it. And I was like, oh, well, yep, December of like last year is when it was. So, but hey, good for them for keeping it to themselves. I'm all about that. Like, hey, because when you let her, I mean, people, we're already in a business. And
so hold on, where did they end up getting married at, Stacey? What state did they end up getting married in?
Well, so what I do know is that the marriage license is in Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it's in St. Louis County.
Dang.
I'm like, yeah, like I sent you the
yeah. I was wondering, like, think about like that when they showed up in Clayton to get that license. Like, do they make special concessions for celebrities like that, where somebody will come to their home, or like, or do they got to show up down in Clayton, downtown Clayton?
To apply for your license.
That's what I'm talking about. You have to be there though, right?
I don't think you do.
Or they send someone to you. I'm sure Nelly probably can get somebody to come to his crib and do all the notarization and all that stuff.
Yeah, he knows somebody.
And on top of that, they don't want that drama in their office, their regular office, and right below.
It's not hard to find a notary. My sister, a notary. You go down to the bank and get a notary. I mean, it's not. Yeah, that's it. Like so, but you can apply for a marriage license, St. Louis County on the website.
Oh, you don't have to show up down there with 2 IDs?
The first step for all marriage license applicants is filling out the online marriage license application. We cannot issue your license without the completed application. Once you've completed the application, you have different choices for obtaining and receiving your license.
Okay.
Completely So one is completely contact free and without an appointment if you meet the criteria below. At least one of the parties is currently a St. Louis County, Missouri resident. Both parties must upload their valid government-issued picture IDs, and both parties must successfully answer the computer-generated security questions that will appear during the application process. Or if you choose or need to finish the application process with a representative from our office, please fill out the online marriage application, blah, 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 and then make an appointment. I'm sure that they just did the online application. That's what I would have done.
Shout out to Chuck who said women are the real TMZ. They can find out anything.
You just got to look. That's because women look. Men don't look. I can send you to the kitchen right now to go get me some ketchup out of the fridge. It can be a whole shelf of ketchup. And a man will go in there and be like, I don't see it.
I'll bring a ketchup packet.
Me too.
I'm back with a ketchup packet. I couldn't find the ketchup, but there's some Catalina dressing. I don't know
what about this tomato soup?
Right, it's some hot sauce. You can put this hot sauce on. Like, you trying to put it on your fries? You can put hot sauce on fries. See, that's what your problem is. And then now you in an argument about that. Women look.
I don't want to try nothing new.
Shout out to Nelly and Ashanti for getting married, though.
Hey, look, so everybody out there, and see, she done waited all this time, and now she pregnant and ain't even got a ring on her finger. Well, no, bitch, you are pregnant without a ring on your finger. She's not.
Hey, look. Hey, I wonder, because people was showing up saying all that shit, though, a few months ago.
What? They not married?
Yeah, like,
she not married, and he spun the block, and he still ain't married her, and now she pregnant, and blah, blah, blah. People had all shit to say. And now you find out that they're married. Now what? Now what y'all got?
And she had the maternity shoot.
The maternity shoot. And like I said, Ashanti, there is a level of thickness that Ashanti is about to obtain that y'all have not seen yet. Like y'all seen Sierra that got extra thick. Like Sierra had already put out some kids, and the last kid, Sierra ain't lost that thickness, and I think she's gonna keep it. I think she's just gonna tone it up a little bit.
It's that grown woman.
Yeah, she just like she's like, hey, you know what? This is that grown woman that's gonna be on. Ashanti 43 years old. You think that she finna hurry up and try to And like, nah, she's gonna let that thickness just be there. She, like I said, she gonna tone it up, be extra thick. Nelly has shown all 32 teeth since he spun the clock. Since they reconnected, I have seen every one of his teeth every time that he is anywhere. That man is happy. She is happy. She's out here glowing. Just look, I am happy for them. Like, if you're gonna spin the block, you got to spin the block, and you got to come back correct. And he did. He came back correct with a ring. Some of y'all was trying to spin the block and then came back with shit.
They spin the block to give you another baby.
Right, spin the block. And it made shit worse than it did when you first hurt.
They give you a starting 5.
Right. Worse off now than I was before you came back. So, hey, like, if you're gonna spin the block, you gotta spin the block and come back correct. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, speaking of pregnancy, shout out to Ella May.
Yeah.
Pregnant by St. Louis's own champion.
Yep.
Listen, that just know my mother is here in Dallas working, and has been hanging out at this local bar. And so again, the Mavs we're in the playoffs, and she's there by herself talking about Boston and how she's cheering for Jason Tatum and how she know his mom or his grandma. Which is actually the truth. That actually is the truth, is that my mom and Jason Tatum's grandma like know each other. But the point is that, ma'am, and then we're trying to tell her, like, okay, like, you can't do that because these people don't know you, and Dallas is open carry. Like, it's open carry out here. And she's like, they love me. Okay. All right. Well, so just know
football. We just talking basketball.
Like that. They love me here. They told me they were asking me not to leave and all of that.
As long as I don't say nothing bad about the Cowboys.
Right, because you just turn your ad, share your location with me. Thanks. Yeah, shout out to Elon. I mean, like, hey, it is pregnancy season out here. It is that time of year, and
that was another low key relationship.
Yeah, that's another one. But I like that though. Like, it's a difference between being a secret and being private. And they and I think it was a post I saw about Jason Tatum earlier and her, and just like she's not a secret. Yeah. Like, it's just
they've been out there. They've been out there.
They're just private. Like, you don't need to know every single thing that we're doing. So, like I said, I like, shout out to them for, like I said, it is the time of pregnancy, and shout out to the dudes getting everybody knocked up before the summer. Look at your planning ahead. Look at your planning ahead, making sure that she was gonna be sitting her ass down all summer. Good for you.
But she can go back on tour.
Right, good for you. Good for you for making sure that your gal could not have a hot girl summer. She's having her own personal summer because of the flashes she's getting from the pregnancy, the hot flashes. She's having her own personal summer, but it's not a hot
personal summer.
Summer. That happens.
So, man, shout out to the group, man. They put up a great post. Someone said, if Hammer was out in 2024, could he have survived in this era? I thought that was an interesting question. We talk about Hammer a little bit on this show at different various times, and we came up in that era of Hammer in his prime.
In this era,
yeah,
man, Hammer be at the top with the dancing and TikTok, and man, Hammer be through the roof. Hammer be
now. My question for you, Stacey, is with this: would Mr. What is it? Was it Burrell? What is his first name? Hammer's first name. Would he have already pistol whipped someone backstage and derailed his career before it got started that we would have known about because of TikTok? Because Hammer was beating up people back then, we just didn't know about it.
Yeah, we didn't know about it till later.
That's the
I don't think people think about that part.
No, Scott's point about him being on TikTok, I think that's how he would have gotten popular. So if you got a young Stanley Kirk Burrell right now trying to get popular, it would have been through TikTok. That would have been his way to get in. So the dances and having background dancers, he'd have had some like, again, the choreography would have been amazing, but the video production is what would absolutely, like, just being able to
do movies,
right, to do videos and stuff like that. But in 2024, somebody is bringing up a video from 2004 of him fighting somebody or something, like, or like some, like, it's getting brought up. Like, there's something that it was digital that somebody got on a phone. It's a blurry video, but you know it's him. Like, that's what would. But at that same time, the way that we respect him even more, knowing that he can whoop some niggas' asses, the same thing would happen. Like, knowing that, like, first you're thinking, like, I saw dancing ass nigga, and then you find out, like, well, nah, like, run up on him if you want to.
He got a whole routine to beat your ass.
Hey, you was not gonna whoop my ass to a soundtrack. Write that down. Whip my ass on beat and shit. No,
like,
but that's what I would see. Like, that's what I see would happen is that he can absolutely make it big because of TikTok and dances and all of that. But then in the event that some footage did leak of him fighting or threatening somebody, if anything, it just would increase his cred. Like, people would fuck with him even more because now you know that he's just not some dude that dances.
Good point. Because then people would be like, "Oh yeah,
hey, he gonna
be about that life."
Hey, he like that gangster nigga that go skating every Wednesday. You know, everybody know.
Yeah,
he gonna pull up in his short dog or something. He got.
Yeah.
Hey, look, and nobody even knows his name for real though.
That same guy.
Just know, don't fuck around with him. Just don't even.
Leave that man came here to skate and mind his business. Let him do it.
This is his.
He had a long week in the trap and needed to skate it out.
This is his couple hours of fun.
Leave that man alone.
This is therapy.
Leave him the hell alone.
All right. So this one is real interest from Cameron, Killer Cam.
Jay-Z, to me, my personal opinion, is not in love with hip hop. I think he likes hip hop a lot. I think he likes money more and opportunities to take his brand to the next level. And some of the stuff that may have been going on in Hip Hop 50 may have not been up his alley. When you see him running the entertainment for the NFL, we never had anybody black running the entertainment for the NFL. We don't even got a black owner. To me, it's about taking steps and levels. And for him, when I say for me, my opinion of what he's doing and what Antonio Brown said about making strides, we don't know what the play is. We don't know if he did that for Robert Kraft or Tom Brady. So Robert Kraft or Tom Brady could do something for Rock Nation or for something, one of his charities, or come to Blue's birthday. We don't fucking know. But as far as the Hip Hop 50 thing is concerned, I don't think he loves it as much as somebody like Nas loves it. Nas loves hip hop. I seen some footage about 3 years ago. Nas had met Slick Rick for the first time, and it looked like a 3-year-old walking in a candy store. He jumped up and down. He did the skip. He's like, oh my fucking God, it's Slick Rick. And the homage he paid to Slick Rick, as he should, as we all should, for a pioneer who paved the way for us to all be doing our thing today, it was just like refreshing to watch because Nas is on he's another money nigga too, but he loves hip hop. Nas threw a hip hop 50 shit at Yankee Stadium. You don't get no more hip hop than that.
All right. So let me set the table a little bit. So Antonio Brown comes out. His CT has been real bad in general. In the last few years, he's also claimed bankruptcy recently. He's the one that took his jersey off in the middle of the game and took his shirt off and just walked off the field. For people that may not keep up with football, He sends out a tweet saying, "Man, it's messed up. Jay-Z's out here performing for Tom Brady's retirement, but didn't do nothing for the Hip Hop 50." And this is where Cameron's responding to Antonio Brown here to set the table for everybody. Stacey, what thoughts you got?
I feel like, didn't we address this last year during Hip Hop 50? Like, It was consistently said that everybody, like every time that there was an event, they'd be like, where Jay-Z at? Where Jay-Z at? And the response was, he's on tour with his wife. His wife is on tour. His wife and daughter and all his kids, everybody's out there. That's where he is. So the fact that it kind of keeps getting brought up, it's like, or like, do we need to start comparing dates of when she was on a tour date versus when a celebration was? Because she was on tour all last year, right? So the idea that like, oh well, but I mean, but let me go back. Was there a celebration earlier this year?
Yeah, that's the one we talked about. We did it during the Grammys.
Yeah, so
they had one they had them all last year. They had them, for the auto award show.
Yeah, but basically so all last year she was on tour. But I was just trying to think. I don't remember when her tour. I have no idea when the tour stopped. Well, no, because after at the Grammys he was there, and then immediately following the Grammys she dropped the country album, right? Something like that, or dropped the that's not it. So
back in March.
So yada yada yada. Again, the nigga was supporting his wife. Go get you one. Like and I'm not this huge Beyonce fan or anything like that, but you are upset at him for not participating in something, and he was doing something else. Again, like his daughter is on tour for the first time, performing in front of thousands and thousands of people. She is getting ripped to shreds in comment sections. He's there with his daughter and his wife and his other kids. He's 50-something fucking years old.
Yeah, what you want him to do? He mad. He just mad because he was at Tom Brady's whatever.
It's Tom Brady.
Exactly,
because he don't get along with Tom Brady no more.
Yeah,
you answered the question right there, Will. But I do think part of what Cameron is saying, I do believe is true though. At the same time, I don't
disagree with that.
More than Jay-Z.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
But the Antonio Brown part is the cap part.
Yeah,
but I do believe what Cameron is saying though. Cameron is correct.
Yeah. He nailed it. Like, hell, didn't Nas just win a Grammy a couple years ago or last year? Yeah,
for King's Disease. His first and crazy thing, his first one for album, at least for album, best rap album.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think there are some people who, I mean, again, it's levels to love in hip hop, and like no one loves hip hop more than KRS-One. But at the same time, it's like there are levels, and some people are students of hip hop, some people are fans, some people have absolutely contributed to the culture. And I don't think Cam is off. I think an argument can be made that Nas just loves hip hop more than Jay-Z does. But I think to Cam's point, I think Jay is trying to make different strides that involve hip hop. So not so much necessarily things that have to be done within the culture, but outside of the culture to bring us in. So again, with us, with the NFL and being able to do and being in charge of the music and entertainment, that's not something that was happening before.
Yeah, he bringing
you're making a good point,
halftime show to the Super Bowl.
So
because Nas with his new thing, he has a company called Mass Appeal. I don't know if anybody has heard of it. He has artists on there. He's been doing a lot of these documentaries on Showtime, like the Run DMC one, the one on what's the crew that Fat Cat and all those cats from, I can't remember it now, like from Queens, the Queens crew of cats.
I know
with grit with damn man, I know people are gonna kill me for this. With Supreme McGriff in it and all them cats, they did a documentary on Supreme Team.
Yeah,
he did a documentary on them. He's been big on the documentary tips. So that's a great juxtaposition you just said there, Stacey, of like Jay-Z's doing stuff on the outside to move hip hop forward. Nas is on the inside of the culture, keeping it alive in different ways.
And again, and then to that point, there's no reason that the two of them can't come together and do something, right? Like it's with any business venture, with whatever it is that you're doing, right? You can't only do that thing. at some point you have to branch out and do something else, and it still can involve that one thing, but you gotta move forward. So again, if you're a singer, you can be a singer for however long, but it's like you may want to do some songwriting, you may want to get into some other thing, like it's production, right? So again, most singers at some point they do start, I mean, if you're not already writing, at some point you do start getting more into the production because you start learning more about how it works. So the more that you learn, the more that you're able to use that knowledge and do something with it. And with Jay and Nas being in the industry and being for so long, there's so much that you've seen and realize what can happen. But you also know that the people that are in charge aren't going to let it happen. So how do you do it? You become that person in charge, or you find a way to get in so that you can start. Like, I mean, it's that whole seat at the table type thing. And while some people don't care about having a seat at the table, sometimes you just need that seat to be able to get in there and start pitching some ideas. And next thing you know, some things can happen. So I don't disagree that it's possible that Nas loves hip hop more. But again, it's the levels to it. I think it's what's the word? It's not the origin, but just he's a hip hop purist. And wants to keep that together, which, and again, nothing wrong with it at all. Like, nobody's more of a purist than KRS-One, but when he comes out with them large nostril lies and whatnot about things, but it's I think he's right. I think Cam was right. And even the way that Cam explained it, there was no malice in it, right? Of like him, it wasn't a diss to Jay or whatever. It was, I just think this is what it is. And I think he's right.
All right. We got one quick topic and then we go into our revisit. This one is interesting. Common.
These are joints I passed on, beats that he made for me that ended up being like that song I Wouldn't Get Far. And then Dreams by Game.
Yeah. Watch the death of a dynasty, so I told Vibe magazine.
And even some of Kanye's, like that song on a lot of his late registration album, I Wonder. Find your dreams. Or even this song I heard him say, he made that beat for me. He made that beat. And that beat was, I was like, this beat dope. This beat dope. And then I was like, he said, man, you want it? I was like, man, I gotta. So I was like, nah, you good. He said, are you sure? I was like, nah, I'm good. But even on one of those albums, he like Common passed on the beat, I turned it to a jam.
Now everything I'm not made me everything I
am. Common.
Thank you, Common. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I can hear Common on that, heard him say too. That's probably like out of all the beats he named, that's that and Dreams, maybe.
But Everything I Am, like I love that song. Like for those who don't know, my graduation hat, like my topper was the cover of the graduation album. And my stole on the part here on my back, it says Everything I'm Not Made Me Everything That I Am. Because that's how much I love that album and that song. So thank you again, Common, for passing on it. And like I said, I knew that part at the beginning of like, Common passed on this beat, I turned it to a jam. But not really realizing how much shit that Common passed on. And now it makes you wonder, what else did he pass on?
I'm glad he
passed. From other producers.
I'm just
think about some of Jay Dilla.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Kanye song.
I love I Wonder. Like me and my best friend Brandon, we love that song. Like I've dedicated it to him like so many times. And like how much other shit have you passed on?
Think about all the Jay Dilla beats he might have passed on, or some of them Q-Tip beats, and
Neptune's
beats.
Like I said, Kanye will keep a beat for himself.
Oh, that is for sure.
Yeah, like
you got to.
Yeah, I mean, like it's what song is it? It's Touch the Sky, I think he says it on there about him leaving, keeping all the good beats for himself.
Keeping all the good beats for myself.
Yep. So it's again, what else did he pass on? I am dying to know what other songs did you say no to, or again, like you said, with other producers.
But think about it. Most artists, and this is a credit to Common, would have passed up on all them beats and never had a career. He still had a vibrant career, even passing up all those beats.
Yeah.
And it's still relevant today. So that shows how dope of an MC is too at the same time. Because a lot of people, you're like, it's somebody right now working at a rallies. Like, dude, I passed up on I Wonder, man. And that would have been they hit maybe. Or maybe it wouldn't have been. Maybe they would have sucked on it. And we're like, man, that beat is great. But the dude on there rapping is horrible. So you just never know, you know.
Could have been a Smiles and what was it? Them people from Florida, Smiles and South Star.
Smiles and South Star.
Man, one hit wonder.
Right.
Do you remember when they tried to come back out and they had the song on BET Uncut? We do need to do a BET Uncut All-Star edition at some point. Let me write that down at some point.
All I remember was the one song with the. Yeah.
No, they had like a BT Uncut vert. Hold on, I'm not gonna play it, but I need y'all to have seats to see this. Smiles and South Star.
Was they from Orlando? Was they from Orlando or Tampa?
Orlando.
Yeah, somewhere in Florida.
That sounds right. That sounds accurate.
Hold on, man. What is it? Oh, found it. Hold on, I'm putting it in the chat. For y'all can enjoy it on your own, because we can't play it because I'm sure they have license restrictions, because I'm sure their royalties aren't as high, so they're going to be really on it. The song's called "Good Look" for anybody who want to check it out. Smile, South Star, "Good Look" is the name of the song. So, but this was on BET Uncut.
I got it.
That's the only time you would have saw the video.
Got it.
Yeah. But at some point we do need to do a BET Uncut All-Star edition.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
That's a whole era that these kids don't even know. Like, era.
They don't know that there is nothing like money in a Ziploc bag.
Because what time did Uncut start? At 1?
No, it's like two. Like two.
East 2 Central, y'all. Probably Eastern people is 3 for y'all.
Yeah, so it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yepers.
And look, and hold on, and Joker the jail bonds. I did a deep dive on him one time. He ended up, we lost him. He did 7 years. So that's why after the Ziploc bag, he really did have a Ziploc bag, and we lost him for 7 years.
Ain't nothing like money in the Ziploc.
Going back to the Nelly video, Tip Drill.
I mean, hell, there's the uncut version for like there with Chingy. There's an uncut version.
Yeah, with DJ Quick.
Pussy Poppin' too.
Yeah,
from Ludacris
on the handstand.
Yeah.
So and think about the idea that BT gave Joker the jail bondsman. He's from Alaska. He's from Anchorage, Alaska. And he would have the opportunity and sit in this thing. Because remember, his first song was what was his first song? The one where it was a whole bunch of girls dancing in it. Because he's got 3 songs that were on there.
I just know that there was nothing like money in the Ziploc bag.
No, that's the second single.
What that thing smell like?
That part.
No, that's Black Jesus.
Yeah, Black
that
Jesus.
Is. What that?
I wanna kick it tonight. So tell me what that thing smell like. What it smell like? What it be like? What it be like?
That's all it was. It's just why it just. It is like that. That's what that thing smell like is absolutely the song where you just say why.
Because yeah, that's right. It came on.
Let Me See That Ass Drop is the first single from Joker the Jail Bondsman. That was on BT Uncut. It was called Let Me See That Ass Drop. I'm gonna give you all the link. And then the Ziploc Bag was the second single on that album, and they had a third single where he got a little bit more money and he had a little bit more production set up, and it wasn't just his homeboy with his camcorder. and that was it's some pretty ladies in the club tonight. Called "Ladies Coming Over." That's the name of that song. So then I'm gonna give you the other one, because I used to like Joker the Jail Bondsman, man.
Uncut is where I first saw the Still Tipping video. With Slim Thug and Mike Jones.
Yeah, I mean,
you saw it was on there?
Well, because it wasn't always the freaky video. Sometimes it just was shit that just wasn't popular.
Yeah, that was why I always saw that video.
Right. So the
kind of hard.
it's a song that me and Rock always talk about in the group, Stagger Lee. Stag Lee was always on, and then that wasn't a song that couldn't be played on regular things. But that was my shit.
Because they showed the independent. Most of the independent.
MVP is the song by Stagger Lee. MVP.
MVP, yeah.
Stagger Lee, and we up in the zone, got the keys to the crib, and ain't nobody. It would come on. I'd be like, now this is I can deal with this. This is something I can rock to. It's not some amazing song. It's just it is what it is.
It's fun early 2000s.
It's just a fun song. It is what it is, and you can absolutely just have it playing and just vibe out to it, and there you go. That's it.
Man, we're gonna have to do a thing on BT Uncut. Our last topic, we've been revisiting albums from the past. This week, it's Keith Sweat's "Make It Last Forever," his first album.
Oh,
and I chose that album because that album and another album that we'll do later on is the only two R&B albums I saw major drug dealers driving through my neighborhood playing.
I already know what that other album is.
Yeah. And I'm talking major. I'm talking about Nate. I'm talking about they just shot at somebody 20 minutes ago, but they playing Something Ain't Right.
Not saying I'm a drug dealer, but that other album, I still got the CD in the car.
You already know what the other album is, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the other album?
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's the other album?
Is it the Guy album?
You already know it. Right?
When they got on the
I figured it was, but I just wanted to confirm.
You already knew it was Guy. So let's go through these songs real quick on here. 1987, which is crazy to think about because I felt like some of these singles went to 91, it feels like where they were still vibrant, popping in different places.
Yeah.
This album got a lot of
the whole New Jack era.
Whole New Jack era. So the first song on here is Something Just Ain't Right. Something.
Hey, he had them jams, man.
That's what, man. Look, all the jams.
He couldn't sing good, but he had them jams.
No, look.
Worst vocalist with the most hits.
Yeah. Then the second song, Right and Wrong Way.
It was 1997.
Okay.
Maybe it was 96. Maybe 96 and 97. I was living in Jennings. There was a dude lived around the corner from me named Sean. He literally lived on the street behind me. And there was a jersey that he had. He had a Cardinals jersey, and I wanted to borrow it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, come by the house and come get it." Cool. So call. I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna walk around the corner." Like literally, he's on the street behind me. Walk around the corner, get over there, walk. I'm like, he's like, just come on in. So I come in through like the back, whatever. He yells out. He's like, "I'm downstairs in the basement." So his basement was in a room because he was basically, out of high school. So you gotta live in the basement. For those who don't so for people who don't have basements, that's where your child lives when he comes back home or never leave, right?
The bottom floor.
You put him to the basement. So I get there, I go downstairs to the basement. He's not in the room. And I'm like, "Where are you?" He's like, "I'm in the bathroom, I'm gonna come right out." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I sit down, waiting because I want my jersey, right? I'm here for my jersey. He comes out the bathroom in a towel. I'm still sitting there. Where's my jersey at? Because I came to get my jersey. And he's like, "Oh, my bad. I was taking a shower and everything." And I'm like, "But I literally just called like a minute ago."
You got in the shower after I called you.
Like, you had a shower after. It's like, I literally, again, I walked around the corner and So he's like, I'll just sit there real quick. I'm like, oh, let me step out of here real quick and I'm gonna go grab it. Okay. So my ass is still just sitting there. And then all of a sudden I hear him go, and the lights dim.
Hold on. No. So he had it already set up for the Keith Sweat to come on?
Oh, you baby, you're but you're ready.
Oh, you know the young, but you're ready. That's right.
Ready to learn.
And this is my face. This is my face. So it's kind of, can you see the jersey with the lights down like this? Or like,
was he like, take my hand?
He still has on this damn towel. He still has this towel around his waist. And again, I'm like, it's not that I'm
trying to seduce you.
Like, it's just, I came here to get my jersey because you said I could borrow your Cardinals jersey. And I just don't see the jersey sitting out here. Should I come back? Like, is it not here? So the short version is that I left with the jersey, and that's all that happened, is that I got the jersey. And
and she heard a Keith Sweat song.
And I heard a Keith Sweat song. Whatever plan he had for that.
Does that change that song for you when you hear it now?
She hates it now.
It doesn't. I don't hate it. It just reminds me of. It makes me laugh.
It takes you to that moment.
It just takes me to that moment. It just makes me laugh because, like, I didn't feel like I was in. Like, and that's. I'll say this. I can laugh about it because I didn't feel like I was in danger. Like I said, the whole time I'm sitting there, like, so where's the jersey at? You're like, I never felt like this is out of my control or he's about to do something. It was definitely like, so can I have the jersey or like what's going on? I just wanted the Cardinals jersey. But he didn't, aside from the music playing and all of that, like he didn't try anything, but it was,
shout out to Less is More. He's laughing at the Keith Sweat story.
Right. It really happened. Like I said, so I had to been 15, 16, something like that. And Sean was probably like 19, 20, something like that.
He was deep in the game.
And the other part is just like with that song, like so I'm like 15. So like since like 96, I've heard the song, but it means nothing to me. Like the way that, now the flip side of that is though, 96, if his ass would have played something off a 12 play, he probably would have got me. If he'd have played in 96, if he'd have played It Seems Like You're Ready.
I
don't know is my answer. I don't know. Because for a very long time, that song made me feel away. So,
hey, what if dude watched this? He'd be like, "Damn it! I knew I should have played that goddamn."
And I let Carlos get my 12-play CD.
Hey, man, I had to go get my uncle CD.
Which is very funny because I was like I had a boyfriend named Carlos who lived up the street. That's funny. That's why when I talk about the Tila song about Show Enough, I always talk about Carlos playing that over and over again. But that is, if like I said, if he'd have played that song, I don't know what would have happened. But luckily, he played Keith Sweat, and I walked out unscathed.
The next track was Tell Me, It's Me You Want. Decent song, nothing big. Next up was I Want Her.
6 minutes long.
I want her.
6
minutes. Teddy Riley was that Teddy Riley on? That's Teddy Riley. Yes,
that was Teddy Riley on that. Yeah, Teddy Riley did that whole album.
He did 6 out of 8.
Yeah,
6 out of 8 of the songs. So he's
and
all
then You get 6 minutes for this song, though? Jesus Christ. Have I always just turned it off, maybe? Did I listen to the whole 6 minutes?
It's more than likely you've heard the radio edit.
The radio version.
You probably just heard the radio edit, and that's what.
And they just cut a minute and a half off the song.
Yeah. And then next up, we had I would say the title track of this album, and the biggest one, "Make It Last Forever."
His biggest hit until Nobody, or Twisted.
Yeah.
Came out.
Is that his biggest hit till Nobody?
I think. Or Twisted, whatever.
Twisted.
I think that was like his reinvention to the younger.
Twisted. I feel like Twisted was.
Yeah.
Or do we put the Cut Close on? Get Up on It was kind of like.
Yeah. So that whatever that album is, that's when he got introduced to a newer generation. So again, if you weren't already on him from the older stuff, that brought him into the night. It brought him into the late night.
Because he had Silk too, brought out Silk.
Yep.
Yeah. But even with Silk, we didn't know. Like you're like, yeah, you wrote it. We ain't know. Like we ain't know you because of Silk. We knew, we ain't know. But like, yeah, I think that definitely brought him into a different era with Nobody and everything he did with Cut Close.
And then going into what LSG.
And even the song that he did with Old School and
I forgot about the Old School.
Like I mean sometimes
I'm dreaming the remix of
I love it. Funny things with Make It Last Forever. I always heard it, right? I always heard the song, but Mariah Carey's remake with Joe and Nas, that's my version. That's what I love. But like I said, not that I'd say I dislike the original, but I know the Mariah version just hits me different. And then plus it has Nas bars.
Make It Last Forever. That was that song you heard at the young weddings, because you're gonna hear Luther at the older wedding.
You heard that here and now.
That was at the young drug dealer weddings.
Right.
Yep, the young drug dealer wedding.
That's why they had him singing at the wedding on
New Jack City. Yep. That's it. That's exactly it. Young dope boy, you need Keith Sweat.
Yeah, you got to put some 808s in that. Keith Sweat singing.
You do. And then you got next up in the song was In the Rain, which was produced by Tommy Hester.
Yeah.
There was a good joint. Then How Deep Is Your Love? Like, oh.
Shout out to Sally Sale for the sample.
Yeah. And then he ends the album out with Don't Stop Your Love.
Oh, yeah, you got party. We're going to party it out.
Yeah, we gonna fit. Look, I gave you some nice little joints to get you out of here, some slow jam. But don't forget, I do.
That's a solid album. With just
no. This is a top 20 R&B album of all time.
Yeah,
like for real. Like
yeah, I'm just listening to all the tracks. Damn.
Yeah, no, people forget how. Keith Sweat. That's when I know when Keith Sweat and Bobby had that verses. I was like, Keith Sweat's going to demolish him.
Yeah, I knew that.
And I love Bobby. Bobby
just had the bigger songs.
Right, but Keith's got massive amounts of hits over decades. You got to think this is 87. When Twisted comes out, that's 94, 95.
Yeah.
Not Twisted. I mean, Twisted's 96.
96, yeah.
Yeah, Get Up On is 94. And he's got hits in between that.
Then you had the other album with
LSG and stuff in the late 90s.
With 91.
Yeah, 91, Keep It Coming and all that stuff.
Keep It Coming, I'll Do Anything.
Why Me Baby with LL Cool J.
Merry Go Round.
That's
I'm like, Get Up On It is 94, and then Twisted wasn't
96.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait. So Twisted and Nobody are 96.
Right. Mm-hmm. And this album comes out at 87.
Because LSG was what, 97, 98?
The second album.
It's got
merry-go-round. It's got merry-go-round on it.
It's got merry-go-round and Keep It Coming.
Yeah, and then
I'll Do Anything, right?
No. On the second one, Make You Sweat is on there. I'll Give All My Love.
I'll Give All My Love.
Keep It Coming is the 91 album. Well, that's the one. That's the song I'm looking for. Is "Why Me Baby" with LL.
Yep. Dude, there's a run. This 87 to 91 run is crazy for Keith Sweat. Because he took that break from them 3 years between 94, because that's when it was Silk. He had got Silk. He got Cut Close.
Writing, doing his writing.
Yeah.
Why me, baby?
Don't with me, baby.
I gotta listen to "Why Me Baby" later on. Like when we get done with this, and I gotta listen to it because
that's the one with LL.
That's one with LL.
Yeah.
And he was like, I went to the movies to get you off my mind, and I go sit and see you there with the next man.
Why me, baby?
Keith Sweat only does the hook on the song. He actually got over on LL because that's on his album, but LL's rapping 3 verses on there.
It's really LL's song.
I don't.
Not LL. It is LL's song, but it's not his song because it's not on the album.
It's on Keith's album.
Right, and like as I think about the song, I don't think of it as an LL song. I thought like just even I haven't heard it in forever, but when I think about it, I'm thinking of it as a Keith Sweat song, and like I'm flipping it that Keith is singing the whole thing, and LL got like one verse or something that he throws in on, but I know that's not true. But it's like because I don't think of it as an LL's. I think of it as a Keith Sweat song featuring LL, rather than LL featuring Keith Sweat.
And LL was like, I gotta stay in my bag. He had just came off of I Need I Need Love and all these. I need another one.
Or Walking the Panthers.
Yeah. And you know what? I just thought about something. Actually, LL was trying to sneak a woman track in on somebody else's album because people was criticizing LL a lot at that time of like, man, you ain't coming hard no more. And Kool Moe DB's like, but I do need to do a woman track. Let me put it on Keith Sweat album, but I get it, but it's not on my album, so nobody can say it was on my album.
Yeah.
And then he has the hardcore, and then he comes out with "Mama Said Knock You Out" right after that.
Then what was the song? Yeah, Cutie at the bus stop sucking on a lollipop.
Roundaway Girl. That's all on that. That's all on that. "Mama Said Knock You Out" album.
I had that out.
Backseat of my Jeep.
Backseat of my Jeep was on that album after that.
That's the album that has Jiggling Baby on it, isn't it?
Jingling.
No. That one has. That's on 12 Shots to the Dome. That's what Pink Cookies in a plastic bag in it.
Okay.
Backseat is on that album.
Yeah, that's the one I be.
Pink Cookies in a plastic bag being crushed by a building. And now LL said he was high as hell when he came up with that. He was like, it doesn't mean anything. Like there's no real meaning to it.
No, I'm right. Yeah, so yeah, I'm
a lot of
LL. Booming System is on there, Roundaway Girl, and Jingling Baby. And I remember Milky Cereal, Milk.
Right, yeah. But I was finding the Scott saying "Backseat" in my Jeep.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
But that was a banging album. That LL album was banging.
Like what that little video, like LL been ridiculous our whole life.
Yeah.
Always.
I saw something. He was at like a wrestling match, and it's like he licked his arm for some shit. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Keep in mind, he made up a word on the Flavor in the Year. Blotitious. Skeevy. Delicious. What does that even mean?
Yeah, that whole verse.
And I always thought he said Geechee.
As much as I rap that verse, it's all over the place.
And I always thought it was Geechee, and kind of found out it's not.
No, he said Hichi.
Yeah, and then now it's the conspiracy that he said Hichi, and because he's talking about such and such, and I'm like,
he started taking a piss in the beginning.
That's what like,
no, he said he made it up.
But I'm saying, like, even though it was that time, and like, things are more politically correct now. Like, y'all really think that that's what he said? Y'all really think that he said?
But I do think he dissed Biggie in that line, though. Not that part when he said from Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? I think he was like, because LL was good for that shit. He's good for those
throwing the jabs at somebody,
Yeah, on your own song, gonna diss you, and you don't even realize you being dissed on the low. That's LL type of shit.
Yeah. I can see
All right. Thank you, man. We're gonna wrap it up.
Because it don't have a mustache.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that. Has LL had a mustache? Has LL ever had a beard?
He used to have that little stupid beard, man.
Oh, that's right, the shave down one, the super shave down beard.
Back when he was on In the House.
Yeah, that was around what? That was around the Phenomenon album, right?
Yeah, when he used to wear the visors and shit.
Yeah,
when he started showing his bald head.
When they called him Big Ellie.
Big Ellie.
And he was like, yeah, I made that. Man, we gotta talk about something that he's ridiculous. You're right, Scott. We let him slide through with a lot of ridiculous shit in hip hop and just let him get away with it.
Yeah. Come on, man. Why you eating
like
apple?
The song Brenda got a big old butt. Like the song Brenda got a big old butt.
Yeah, so I'm leaving you.
Sorry.
I know I started so she got a big old butt. I know I told you I'd be true. But Brenda got a big old butt. So I'm leaving you.
Man,
sorry.
This dude jumped in a pool with all his clothes on in the lounging video. With his shoes on, everything, glasses, everything.
And again, we can talk about Hey Lover being this amazing song. That man stalked her. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey Lover is a stalking song, and you got 4 niggas harmonizing behind you as you do it. That's it. Like the
more than a crush.
Like it's right, more than a crush because it was stalking. That's exactly.
A shout out to Michael J. White. That's his wife. That was in the Hey Lover video. That's his wife.
Oh, word! I didn't know that.
Yeah, she also played the Jamaican girl in How to Be a Player.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What Trey?
Yeah.
Come on, Trey. Yeah, but shout out to everybody, man. Thank y'all for hanging out. We had like 14, 15 people at one point. 9 of y'all still in here. Y'all sat there the whole time, man. But look, it's gonna be clips out here. If you missed it, you can go back and check out all this other stuff though. But we had to get this because we record every 2 weeks, and we gotta stretch this out like dope in Baltimore. So
yeah.
But thank y'all for listening. Make sure y'all go check out everything over. I only listen to 90s music in the Facebook group, and check us out on Instagram as well. And we'll see y'all soon. Peace.
All right.